Hello and thank you for joining us here today for the first in a series of special episodes all focused on the intersection of real estate and wellness. Today I'm delighted to be joined by Alex Zagrebelny, the CEO and founder of Our Evolution and the mind behind the revolutionary EYWA development, and Zilla Stacey, realtor, a luxury waterfront realtor extraordinaire. Thank you both for joining me here today. So to kick us off first, the topic of our conversation today is all around the subject of longevity. Yeah. Obviously, real estate always has to innovate to stay ahead of what the market might be wanted, especially in a city like Dubai, which is always so future focused. Alex, to you first, have you sought to solve the problem of longevity and put that at the heart of your vision and your developments?
First, thank you very much that we are now in most health-conscious, longevity-orientated building on Earth, EYWA. And my question to you, short question. So what do you feel in this space?
The first thing when we walked in, I think, was the calm.
Yeah. Who live longer? Who live longer? Live longer the animals which have the lowest possible heartbeat and breathing like quantity per minute. Turtles.
So you mean the calmest animals?
Yeah, of course. It means that we need to, so that this, I create the spaces and how it's affect longevity. When you're calm, when you're relaxed, when your heartbeat is not 90, not 110, but your heartbeat is like in a deep meditation, sometimes it's 40. Yeah, so you live longer. And this is one of my targets through the buildings. And actually, when we are talking about the longevity, in EYWA is a 360-degree holistic approach, where every small details from protection buildings, from the mold and fungi, have the same importance like protection from artificial electromagnetic fields of our technocratic civilization, or with ancient principles of Vastu Shastra, of Ayurveda, of all knowledge of our ancestors, how to balance energies inside the building. So is actually I think what we create now is a generation 5.0, the regenerative buildings. Regenerative for the planet, regenerative for the people, regenerative for community. And regeneration of these 3 points, so we use for the regeneration of these 3 main points, we use holistic approach where we collect the best knowledge from both civilizations, previous and our modern technocratic, best longevity, biohacking tools, infrared saunas, plunge pools, like hammams, so the rituals, because I want even to implement inside the building, because it's not only the tool, but how to use it. So it's actually through the building, we create one very important bridge between the knowledge and tons of informations, what we receive each day, each week now, about everything. We consume it, but we don't know how to implement it in our real life. And in the building, we create the bridge between this information and real implementation it in our real life. And create the absolutely healthy environment which is support you. Because it's not make sense if your longevity clinic or your longevity something is located in the building which is poisoning from like toxic materials, increased radiation, because sometimes, especially when you use the stone or wood, or even the stone for the concrete, is a lot of from nature is nature. Sometimes millions years ago, something happened, increased level of radiation, and finally, in your offices or in your residence or in the hotel, you feel headache pain. You don't understand why, but it's because of radiation, because of something is what was installed in this space is create increased level of radiation. You start to receive pillows from the doctors and make even worse scenario for you, for yourself. And this is when the body, I told it always that building we create as a healthy body for any type of healthy souls, even for longevity-oriented, any type of infrastructure.
It's obvious, I think, that your passion for the topic shines through there, and obviously is present in how you've sought to engage those topics in the project itself. Zilla, question to you here. Do you see the same appetite for longevity from the investors? Is this something that people are actively asking for when they're looking to purchase their next real estate investment or asset?
So my background is actually I'm a nurse in the cosmetic space mostly. So we have seen these kinds of treatments available in that space, moving into the real estate space. People are wanting their homes to actually feel like it's doing something rather than just the square footage. And especially when it comes to millionaires and billionaires, they're spending their money on creating home wellness centres, not just a gym, not just a spa, but a wellness centre within their home. Plunge pools, circadian rhythm of the apartment. We're seeing a lot of volcanic stone on the outside of the buildings because of the way the heat is absorbed. And in somewhere like Dubai, that's obviously very necessary. So yeah, we're starting to see a lot more requests for it. And these guys are doing it.
and by the way, what very important that education of the people. So in 2010, so when I start implement like LEED Platinum to follow LEED Platinum certification for all of my buildings, it was like something unique. Now everybody knows about the LEED and start to follow it. Yeah, but this is generation 4.0. It's sustainable development. But we are going on the next step of the development, how needs to live our civilization in general. Because it's easy, it's, again, more influence to the budget, have not all these longevity tools, but what kind of floor you want to put, marmor for $300 per square meter or for 50. This is more effective financial model than everything what we implement. So well-being, but again, I always want to go deeper. I want to collect that because from our ancestors, there is a lot of knowledge what we can implement. Not only rely on our technocrat. Yes, our civilization, modern civilization, help a lot to follow, make easy, save time. We need to use it, of course, because that longevity is a combination of a lot of factors, from the air what you breathe, to the water what you drink, to the and of course, and why this longevity tool in your life cannot create for you even the positive emotions through the influence to all your six senses, through the nice design, beautiful neuroarchitecture, biophilic design, reconnect people with nature. So that's, you know, by the way, in EYWA, I call it regenerative coefficient of the plants. We have a 0.5 square meters of the plants on the building to 1 square meter of our land plot. Wow. Which is for the super high rise or for the high rise, even not like, but all apartments have a personal garden. All apartments have a personal plunge pool where you can put at phone, I want at 8 o'clock 4 degrees. And it will reduce the temperature for 20 minutes for you. You take your ice bath, and then it's beautiful pool, but inside, like on your terrace. So you can use it when you want. So, and this is, again, very important definition, freedom. I don't want to limit anyone. If they like to drink their Burgundy wine or their cigars, so they will receive like more harmfulness for them if they like, if someone limited this, like this beautiful person in this, because they want it. They receive some emotional charging from this. And I always, so the EYWA is about always yes. It's not about no. It's a space of really a lot of possibilities where if you have if you want to drink your Burgundy wine, we have a special place for it. We have special storages for each apartment in the clubhouse where they can store what they want. So, but at the same time, We give all the tools if they choose at least 50% of these tools, and longevity, special longevity concierge, which is in onboarding, is create the program for each family, how they want to follow. Do they want to have their panchakarma in December for 2 weeks? Do they have time for it? Yeah, so, and in this case, we have fully equipped the special treatment rooms for any type of Ayurveda treatment. We have a contract with best Ayurveda clinic in Dubai, and they can receive it in their homes. It saves time.
I love that that phrase you gave there of it's the place that always says yes. And it kind of leads into my next question as well, which is obviously we are here in the EYWA Experience Centre, which is beautiful, which is very much a development in Dubai. R. Evolution has had other developments in the past, but not in Dubai. So why did you choose Dubai to be the place where you want to build a project this focused on wellness and longevity?
First, because I started living in Dubai. Yeah, so the first is by like we started from 2 weeks vacation, then in our country was second lockdown, and then after 4 months, my wife proposed to me because you know what is to understand Dubai, really understand Dubai. You don't need to live in hotels and going to the restaurants where like some plus of the community is always. You know, when for us, Dubai was, let's say, not so deep, a little bit like gimmicky luxury. But then when we start living Dubai, when we start meeting the real people in the real place, not the even touristic one, all of them is like one of the most beautiful on earth, of course, beautiful service, everything is great. But again, the hotel is hotels. Yeah, so the Zuma is Zuma. Yeah, so that's especially like during night. I don't know when your last time was in Zuma, because if you start work in Dubai and live in Dubai, you don't have time for it. Yeah, so I meet the real, so many beautiful people. So that and then why we start living in Dubai, and I understand that the main in Dubai that I don't have fear. So my creativity, my focus in my business is like, and even high performance of me in my business increased in Dubai. Now I start analyze why. And I understand that I don't have fear in Dubai about safety of my family, about safety of my business, about do my son receives from someone some kind of drugs, and this when you cancel this fear, is open a lot of energy inside you. It's like, you know, like you leave your home with like open light, all open light. It's consume energy, but you are not in home. Yeah, it's same as with this type of fears. And when I cancel it, so we are recognized that, wow, we want to live there. And then I start and you know, I have another problem. I live in the buildings what was developed by me from 2004. And I have different understanding what kind of values must give your home in your life. And then I decided that when I understand that this actually giant possibilities, and I decided that you know, if revolution will happen, so I will lead this revolution in a good way. Yeah. And so what we create now in EYWA is a international brand of conscious, healthy, responsible, well-being and longevity orientated type of living on earth. And this in this combination is not exist, and Dubai must be the first in it, like always. So that first generation 5.0 is born in Dubai.
Zilla, what do you think it is to you on this point about Dubai that attracts projects like EYWA that have such a focus on the future of real estate, but also the investors and the buyers?
Health and wellness is coming to Dubai Dubai is the first in the world for luxury, as you were saying. And we're seeing these projects globally. I know in Hobart, in Australia, they've just spent $20 million, Australian dollars, on a health and wellness facility for cancer patients. I know as well in Abu Dhabi, they've just spent 40 billion AED on a wellness island. We're seeing wellness facilities pop up globally, and people want them in their home. They want the convenience of not having to go outside to have an IV treatment at home. That's been happening for a long time now. And we're just seeing it more and more in the real estate space.
So talk to me about what embedding longevity in architecture actually looks like. I mean, you've mentioned a few things already, for instance, around the flooring and the air itself, but what can residents of, say, EYWA expect in the building to help boost their longevity goals?
EYWA, it's about, in general, regeneration. Regeneration of the planet, regeneration of the person as individual, regeneration, the connection in the community, because it's everything what affects your mind, body, and soul. So we need to put attention on it, and architecture, the beautiful biophilic design and architecture, with a target reconnect people with nature, even in the city, in the center of our beautiful Dubai. I think is very important, and this is effect at the same time and longevity, that quality of the air, so quality of even the architecture, because even for our facade we use very special material. Always is a glazed terracotta ceramic. Yeah, first is natural material. Second is cannot be affected by the sun. It means you don't need to restore it each 3-5 years, and usually the all materials for restoration, they create the toxin inside the air. So, and what you breathe. So it means the quality of architecture, quality of the facade, because if lower quality of the windows, if your building is not properly thermo-isolated, only the question, or you don't have special systems, like in EYWA, we have the special lamps in the entrance of each apartment, which is kill all the mold, bacteria, viruses, everything. We have MERV 14 filtration system. I can block 0.3 microns, so all the dust, everything in the air, and together with the ionization. So only the question of time when the smaller particles became when you create minus charge in the air and plus, they start combining with each other, and only question of time when you catch them all. Yeah, and then all these tools, even our robotic system, what we use, 3 type of robots, one for the small pipes, middle pipes, big pipes, and they are ants. They're with a distance 3 months, they're going floor by floor, and they clean all, even small pipes in your ventilation system, because the air what we breathe is usually destroyed because of maintenance one time in the 6 months, or one time even in 1 year, but someone even forgot when they last time did it. But this is if they will look to today ventilation pipes, this will be the most terrible picture for them, that they actually, this what they breathe.
Yeah, I'll be going home and checking mine.
Please. But again, and one of our targets is even to educate educate in a good way the people, because of course, if you are successful in your business, so you focus in banking, do you need to know all about this? So that's of course not. But if you start receive this one message, second message about it, then you start to understand that actually with all these tools you can be more effective in your banking. You can be more happy with your family, with your loved ones, because finally black mold inside your blood after 3 months start change your mentality. You start be more aggressive. You argue with your loved ones. and at the same time, it's not you anymore. It's black mold inside your blood. And this is what we need even to deliver the message that through the building, even all developers, so we are responsible for the future life of our residents. We, like magicians and sages at the same time, we can easily destroy their life, or we can make them flourish with all these combinations of the tools.
That's a really fascinating point there, which I think should be the last topic of our conversation here today, which is around the subject of education. Zilla, first question to you on this one. What kind of challenges do you see in having to educate buyers and investors of these new technologies and these new trends so that they can understand why these kinds of things are important?
I think it really comes down to the rapport that you have with your client. Just on what you're saying, the level that EYWA has put into their properties from a medical standpoint, you usually only see in surgical rooms, but they've created it here without the surgical smell. There's always a lot of chemicals when you're trying to get to that level of cleanliness, and especially when it comes to air purification. So they've done a really great job with that. When it comes to educating the client, a lot of the time they're already very wellness driven. We have clients that will spend hundreds of thousands of dollars putting in these features into their villas or into their homes. So being able to have a space where it's already done, it's beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
How are you going about educating your potential investors into what all of these individual parts of the build can mean for them?
But what we're doing now together, all together, and thank you for this possibility, and thank you too. Yeah, because with so with what we by the way, we not only tell, we show in real life. So we already implemented 6 tons of crystals in our construction. Will be altogether 16 tons.
16 tons.
16 tons of 18 different type of crystals, which is now in floor by floor. In each floor, some of them is allocated around the gravitation center of the building, some of them gravitation center of the apartment, so to balance energies inside. And we receive even the second biggest on earth Lemurian seed. In the hierarchy of crystal, it's like queen, absolute queen, and it's very strong, with very strong longevity and regenerative power. Yeah, because that I call even our generation 5.0 regenerative luxury.
You were telling me the weight of that crystal was...
Well, it's 1,587 kilograms.
Which is an absurdly large crystal.
Yeah, it's big. It's like 4 times bigger than me. Yeah,
wow. Well,
yeah.
Look.
And you can see it in real life in our construction place. Yeah, because when we tried to found it for 4 years, and then when we understand that this is exactly this is she, because it's she, yeah. So this is she.
Of course, it's a she. Yeah,
yeah. And we just buy it, and now it's allocated in our construction place, and I invite everyone to hug her and to manifest her personal targets, dreams. Yeah, because this is strong anthem. Strong.
Well, look, on that note, I think I should thank you both for your time. Thank you, Alex.
Thank you,
Zilla. I obviously encourage everyone to come down and experience the Experience Center, and also to see this amazing crystal. Thank you both very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you.